Today I get to talk with Melonese Batson and Brandon Bell, principal and math teacher from Broadway Academy. How are you guys today?
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes.
Awesome. All right, so we want to find out a little bit about Broadway Academy. I'm going to go to Melonese first. Melonese, go ahead and just share a little bit about your vision for Broadway Academy.
Well, Broadway Academy, we have two buildings. We have one at Willow. I just so happen to be the leader at the one on Mount Pleasant, 131st of Cleveland, which is in the middle of most of the violent situations that are happening around the community. The number one thing that we're pushing there is that when your students are with us, that they're safe. I push that for my students and for my staff. When you're in our building, you're safe. You're getting a private school learning environment, even though you're considered in probably one of the most unsafest parts of the city. So, yeah.
And then you are bringing the arts into it. It's not an art school specifically. It is a charter school based on kids getting a great education, like you mentioned. But share with us a little bit more about how you're bringing the arts into it. I'm going to actually give that question over here to Brandon.
Oh, well, I mean, she'll answer because she makes the decisions on the art. But at the school, they have creative writing, they have choir. There's so many different programs that allows kids to think outside of the box and check out, the other skills that they have as well. Because academics is one thing, but when it comes down to learning overall, it's way more than just 1, 2, 3 and ABC. And what we're trying to give kids the opportunity is to give them the opportunity to learn in so many different ways, in different unique ways, so they can find who they truly are.
Yeah, and Brandon, you're an artist. You do a whole lot of other things outside of being a math teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you bring those two things together in your math teaching?
Actually, and that's how me and Ms. Batson came together. Is I had a youth program for media arts at the Hope One Charter Academy, and so and that actually taught me how to be a teacher and teaching them. And this is my first year teaching math, and so in that regard, what I like to do is it's more of a team. It's always a team. When you're doing film, when you're doing art, it's a team effort. When you're working with your colleagues, the other teachers, it's a team effort. And the kids are kind of like the project. They're the movie, and so in like formulating scripts is really like, the same way I would formulate a script for, one of my films is the way, we'll put together a lesson plan for the kids and get them involved. And I try to take them outside of the box of being students. So we look at it where, like in my class, math class, I turned everybody into agents, and we're math detectives. And so every single math problem is a crime, and we're trying to solve it. And so for the kids, they get out their mind frame, I'm a student. Now they feel important, I'm a detective. And every single math problem, this is a mystery that we got.
And I bet they all feel like they're more included in that way,
they
too.
Do. And that's literally my whole vision for that is to get them included, make them feel included, make them feel important. And I tell the kids, I'm like, think about it like this. If you have, a family member, a friend, and they have a math problem, and you're around, guess who's the hero? You will be.
You can do it.
You can do it. So it gives them a very, very strong sense of importance and teamwork.
Melonese, let's go ahead and share a little bit more about the logistics. Like, what grades do you offer here at the school? If someone's watching this and they're interested, they're closer to the Cleveland area, and they want to get some more information, go ahead and share some of those logistics.
Well, we're located at 3845 East 131st Street. We service kindergarten through 8th grade, boys and girls. From all walks of life, we accept you. We do offer transportation, and if they're interested, they can go to our website, www.broadwayatmp.org.
Perfect. All right, and we'll make sure we get all that information up for people as well. Why is this something that you are passionate about? I'm going to go to you with that question in a minute, but I want to start with Melonese. You're the principal. This is your school. Why do you care about these kids? Why do you care about their education?
My biggest thing is that I was once one of those kids. I was once one of the kids that were in a school that was underserved, felt unheard, and I loved school, but I just didn't have the right people in front of me to motivate me to go to the next level.
Right.
And so the biggest thing was coming from the arts like Brandon, it was like, I need a bigger audience to be able to sell this vision that everyone has a voice. Everyone has the opportunity to go from being the, what I call the underdog, to being the top performing dog. And so like, it wakes me up every day to just come and just motivate, not just the students, but my staff. I do a morning meeting every day with my staff. We do a huddle and we talk about shout outs and giving people accolades for what they've done. But we always end with what our goal is to make sure that our students are 100% able to master whatever it is we put at the table. And so it's so motivating for them, but it's also motivating for me because it feeds back into my number one passion is to give everyone an opportunity to get that private school education, whether they can afford it or not.
I love that. And just to be clear for our viewers, this is a free charter school. So you're saying it's like a private school education, but this is a free charter school. And it is for kids who need a different option for their education. Maybe, you know, we're not saying there's anything wrong with public schools or private schools. You know, they all have their purpose, but maybe this child needs a different option for education. Maybe their parents watching right now. So I love that you're offering that to them and you're offering something a little unique and different. I love how you shared how you taught math class as an agent. As an agent. Which is very fun, very cool. Let's go ahead and wrap up with, why are you passionate about this, Brandon? I can see your passion in just you talking about math class, but what makes you want to serve these kids in this community?
Well, I've worked with the youth volunteer-wise since I was about 18 years old, and one of the biggest driving forces and factors for me is growing up in a fatherless household. There's a lot of young men, a lot of young women that's bright, that has, you know, a lot of great potential, right? And from my work that I've volunteered, that I've seen, is where you could take a kid that's coming from a situation where they might not have all of the, you know, greatest options available, right? But the thing is, we have to instill a certain belief in them that they can accomplish and do great things in their life, and that they are special. Everyone, and I always look at it, everybody is different. Everybody's unique in their own special way, right? And with that, we have to be able to reach everybody in a unique and different and special way. And for some kids, they might feel disenfranchised. They might feel like they are not a part of, quote unquote, the norm that society would want. But we're here to instill in them confidence. We're here to instill intelligence, communication, you know, union, being able to work in a union, friendship, family. Is really about building good moral structures for the kids. And we feel that, you know, if we could get to the youth, especially the youth that I would say are most at risk, then we have the opportunity to change the world on a larger basis. And it starts literally with one individual and a school,
student at a time.
And one student at a time. And so that's literally the reason why I do it, is because I want every single kid at that school, and I also want other kids to see, other parents to see, other brothers, sisters, aunties to see that if somebody believes in me, if I'm a youth, if I'm a kid, if somebody believes in me and really cares, then I can and I will try to accomplish the best things I can in life.
And
that's what it's all about.
We don't ever know which one of those kids is going to become something really amazing. You know, we said earlier, like, you know, not every kid's going to become LeBron James, but we never know. Maybe there will be a kid that is the next LeBron James, or the next astronaut, or the next mayor, or the next school principal.
And in a lot of areas too, we also want to show kids, like, you know, you might not, like every kid, you're not going to, you know, life isn't about being perfect, you know. Just because you start off a little rough, that doesn't mean that, you know, it can't change. So for some kids, you know, they might feel like they're not up to par, they're not up to standard, whether it's from their behavior, whether it's from their environment. We want to be able to show them, like, that doesn't, it's all about building, growing, and becoming better and elevating. And that's what we're here to bring to the kids, and that's what we're trying to do.
That's awesome. I love that. I think it's all really important work that you guys are doing. I do think it's every kid is important, and you know, this little set of kids that are put in front of you guys, those kids are super important, and so I'm thankful for what you guys do. And hopefully you'll get some more kids. Coming soon. So watch.
Come on.
If you are up near the Cleveland area and you're watching this and you're looking for a different schooling situation for K through 8, check out Broadway Academy. Go ahead and share one more time how they can find you guys.
You could find us. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and our website is www.broadwayatmp.org.
All right, perfect. Right. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you both.
Thank
you to Melonese and to Brandon for being here with us this morning. We had a great show. Make sure you stay tuned. We've got more great stuff coming up next.